Nick Diaz, a name that just hits different. This ain't about titles or belts. This is about a dude who flipped the script on the whole MMA world.
Nick Diaz brings it every time he's inside the cage.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Nick Diaz.
The left there, combination, down to the Zorishi, and it's all over.
A rebel, a warrior, a straight-up G from the streets of Stockton. This guy was a different breed. He didn't just scrap, he brought a whole different energy, a different attitude. He was a pioneer long before it was cool. A walking, talking middle finger to the establishment, and he never gave a single, well, you know. He was the anti-hero, the people's champ, the dude who made you believe that being real was more important than any championship gold.
Back in the day, so this is 21 years ago when I had Nick in my class, it's just the way he was. Nick was Nick, and Nick was going to do what he was going to do, and if he felt like doing that at that moment, that's what he was going to do.
In a world of fake tough guys and scripted call-outs, Diaz was a breath of fresh, probably weed-infused air.
I'm back and I can't wait to see you fight for the title.
What's up, Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Stockton, California. This isn't Disneyland. This is a city known more for its body count than its tourist attractions. Nick Diaz, he wasn't born with a silver spoon. He was forged in the fire. He was born brawling. Forget dreams of fame and fortune. This kid was just trying to survive. Diagnosed with ADHD, bouncing off the walls, school wasn't his thing. He and his little bro, Nate, they found their sanctuary in martial arts. Karate, Aikido, Sambo, you name it. This wasn't some after-school hobby. This was an escape. A way to channel that raw energy, that fire. Then came jiu-jitsu. They walked into Cesar Gracie's gym, and boom. It wasn't just a gym. It was a brotherhood. A family. And it was there, in that crucible of sweat and struggle, that the Diaz legend was born. These two were different.
I'm not living in fantasy delusion. I don't walk out there going, okay, this is tennis, you know. I have people come up to me and try to shake my hand and smile at me, and they try to wish me good luck. Why are you going to have good luck for, you know, I mean, why are you going to say, like, good luck to me? I'm going to come, you know, and I try to wreck you tomorrow, you know, and then you're going to do me, and it's just not. I don't want you to have good luck, dude, you know?
Diaz's early fights were a warning shot. A glimpse into the beautiful chaos this man would bring to the cage. This dude was a volume puncher, a pressure cooker with a gas tank that just wouldn't quit.
It's the Strikeforce welterweight champion!
And a chin carved out of granite. He'd walk through hellfire, eat shots that would fold lesser men, and just keep coming, breaking opponents down with a non-stop barrage of punches. Body, head, didn't matter. He was like a Terminator, but way more fun at parties. But Diaz wasn't just a brawler. This dude was a straight-up wizard on the ground, a black belt under the legendary Cesar Gracie. He'd slap on submissions from positions that make an acrobat's head spin. His ground game was so dangerous, it made you fear his striking. And his striking was so brutal, it made you pray he would take you down. Strikeforce. That's where Diaz became a god. This was a promotion that got him, that embraced his wild style, his rebel yell. He was just winning fights and making statements, loud and clear. He iced the legendary Frank Shamrock, proving he was the real deal.
Continuing, and it's over. Wow. The young lion, establishing himself as one of the best in the world.
But he's tough, you know, he'll take them punches to the head all day. Could have gone all the way. You know, I don't like to think that I don't hit hard. I don't like people to think that I don't hit hard. You know, he was defending himself pretty well, and you know, I don't especially like getting punched myself, so I don't go swinging wild out there. You know what I mean?
His knockout of Robbie Lawler, dude, that was straight out of a movie. One of the greatest comebacks in the history of the sport.
Robbie Lawler was this dark destroyer. Everybody was scared of him. He was a spooky dude. He was flatlining people. And Nick Diaz, not only was he not scared of him, he was talking mad shit to him. He was fighting him. He was like, what, bitch? What we doing, bitch? What we doing, bitch?
You thought he was done? Diaz was just getting started. But the Paul Daley fight? That's where he ascended to a whole other level. He got hurt, rocked, almost put away. Then, he comes back and knocks Daley out cold. Leaving the entire arena speechless. Through this symphony of controlled violence, He became the Strikeforce welterweight champ, defended it multiple times, and proved he was one of the best fighters on the planet.
And Nick, congratulations on the win. Was that how you thought the fight would actually play out?
Yeah, if it were to go in my favor, this is what I said before, you know. So yeah, that's what I wasn't talking no shit to start. That's just what I said would happen. If I win a fight, that's what's gonna happen, right? That's what happened. So you know, it's a done deal.
UFC or no UFC, but it wasn't just about the fights. It was Diaz's personality.
What happened tonight, man?
That little bitch boy came in and tried to push my boy right after he's done fighting.
You want a shot at mayhem?
His attitude, his refusal to kiss the corporate ring, that made him a legend. This dude spoke his mind. Consequences be damned. He'd call out opponents, trash the judges, and question the whole system. He was a rebel with a cause, exposing the flaws and hypocrisies of the MMA world, and he didn't care who he pissed off along the way. Fighter pay? He was on the front lines. Weed legalization? He was the poster boy before it was cool. This guy was ahead of his time, an iconoclast in a sport that demanded you shut up and fight. After the GSP fight, Diaz walked away, or so it seemed. He got popped for weed multiple times, a substance he used to deal with his anxiety and ADHD. He was frustrated, disillusioned, a fighter out of time in a sport that was changing faster than he was. Then, after 6 long years, he came back to face Anderson Silva, another legend past his prime. The fight? It was weird, man. A lot of taunting, not a lot of action. It was clear Diaz wasn't the same fighter. But even a faded Diaz was still a bigger draw than most, still a captivating figure who demanded your attention. UFC 266, 2021. Almost 2 decades after their first war, Nick Diaz faced Robbie Lawler again. This time, it was different. The fire, it was a flicker. Diaz quit in the 3rd round, and you could hear the hearts breaking around the world. It felt like the end of an era. But even in defeat, Diaz stayed true to himself. At least I put on a show, he said.
Yeah, I had a lot of stress coming into this one, especially being off a long time. And yeah, I think, I don't have no excuses. I just, I had a long time off and I knew I had it coming.
And that's what he always did. He had nothing left to prove to anyone. Nick Diaz might not have a UFC belt, but his impact on this sport, it's bigger than any title. He was a pioneer of his style, a pioneer of trash talk, a pioneer of saying F you to the man. He was the people's champ, a fighter who connected with fans because he was real, he was tough, and he refused to be anyone but himself. He was a counterculture icon who transcended the sport, a fighter who will forever be remembered as one of the most unique, captivating, and unapologetically real individuals to ever step into the cage. He wasn't just a fighter, he was a symbol of rebellion, a voice for the voiceless, a reminder that it's okay to be different, to be real, to be yourself, even when the whole world is telling you to conform. Nick Diaz, the anti-hero of Stockton, a true legend of the game, and an inspiration to anyone who ever dared to be different. They don't make them like this anymore, not even close. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. If you like what you just saw, we think you will love one of the videos on the screen right now. See you next time.